the documents and the memos, so much of what is going on is planned. They've given people the impression that Trump has brought chaos to politics, but it's actually opposite. It has been planned. Donald Trump's allegiance is to Israel. He's not only a Jew, he is a Freemason. They have promised him his daughter or the sons will enjoy a very high-level ranking within the world government that they are forming, the capital which will be Jerusalem. So that is why Trump is so dedicated to following the script, while performing the way that he does. It appears to be very authentic to his followers. Everything he's done, talking about the wall to the fake news, was scripted from the beginning at around 2014 and 2015. And according to some of the memos I'm reading, he loved it. They introduced all of this to him and he loved it. They told him the plan. You're going to become president. You're going to say this and this and this. He loved it. He's already a little bit of a racist. He's already predisposed to some of this rhetoric. So he loved it. He jumped on board. And they promised him great things, especially for his family, if he were to follow through on these things and simply follow their script. And he does have leeway. He has leeway to say many things that he wants to say. He has a lot of fun doing this. But he does have script writers, and there's one of the script writers, I forget his name. He's bald guy. I want to remember his name. It's important to say it. Well, he's a big part of this. He writes a lot of Trump's tweets. He crafts a lot of it. Oh, I cannot remember. I'm going to have to look him up right now. Trump's speech writer, Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller has a big role in all of this. He's a dedicated Zionist. He has a lot to do with a lot of it.
I'm not Christian. I love you. Get out. You got to get out and vote. In 4 years, you don't have to vote again. We'll have it fixed so good you're not going to have to vote. 4 years, you don't have to vote again. We'll have it fixed so good you're not going to have to vote.
He said, if you vote for me, you'll never have to vote again. I'll just fix it. Yes, he's Super Trump. He's a man with a plan. But the total intent is hidden behind closed doors. That's what you don't understand. He's a super freak. He's unique. And he's one hell of a guy. I don't know how anybody can be fooled because all he does is lie. If you found out exactly well who's on the list, Americans would go berserk and man would they be pissed. He's Super Trump and he loves his demonic gold. Whoa, whoa, whoa. He's just an actor in a terrible movie. Basically he sold his soul. He said if you vote for me you'll never have to vote again. I'll just fix it.
That the entire Great Awakening was a psyop headed by controlled opposition figureheads designed to reveal any dissidents to the pro-government, pro-Israel movement of America. Be crazy. Anyway, have you ever heard of the Zephyr Plan?
Allegedly, David Goldberg was a researcher with a White House insider source, as well as intelligence officials. David was Jewish and Zionist and was horrified in 2019 after learning of Zionist plans through White House memos and other internal documents describing two projects, Project Pogo and Project Zephyr, a two-stage plan. For Pogo, they would utilize TTID, Tag, Track, and ID. They would use this for dissidents, nationalists, patriots, anyone who would pose a long-term threat. They used YouTube gatekeepers, like Alex Jones, to create a space for alternative thinkers. They were all agents paid to put out truthful information to tag, track, and identify the people who were watching and interacting, basically using alt media influencers as honeypots. They then created databases of Americans who were awake. Remember, Alex Jones, Andrew Tate, and Tucker Carlson all have CIA daddies. Their targets are anti-Zionists, anti-Semites, Christians discussing Synagogue of Satan, Muslims, any Goyim who won't conform, and anyone aware of and opposing Zionist world government plans. Project Zephyr, the second stage. the extermination. High-value targets would be taken out through kidnappings via a U.S.-based Israeli Defense Force, or ICE. The low-value targets would be taken out through viruses or other widely applicable means. At the time, they were working on COVID. Goldberg estimated the total number of dissidents to be around 15% of Americans, and that was in 2019. He also said that if there were too many dissidents, they would then conduct power outages and purge-style attacks to take people from their homes and place them into camps. He said that they might blame it on Iran, and false flags would probably take place to make the U.S. go to war with Iran in order to further Israel's Greater Israel Project. It discusses foot soldiers from the U.S. and nuclear weapons being used in Iran. The memos also said that Donald Trump had converted to Judaism in 2017 and joined the Chabad Lubavitch Synagogue in New York and had been meeting with high-level rabbis in which these plans were discussed. These plans said several times that he would have to declare himself king of Israel publicly to symbolically declare the start of the plans. Trump is not just a Jew, according to the memos, he's a Freemason, and allegedly has been promised high-ranking positions for his children in the government that they're forming, which will be headquartered in Jerusalem. David posted his findings on his YouTube channel. His channel was then scrubbed. David Goldberg died on June 8, 2019, in his Brooklyn apartment. He was found by his neighbor dead on the floor, with foam coming out of his mouth and no apparent cause of death. No cause of death has ever been publicly released. His friends claim that the police took a lot of his things, much more than they should have for the situation. All data about David Goldberg has been scrubbed from the internet.
And over the world, this is how it happened. This is roughly the distribution of lands for the bloodlines. This is after the flood. There was a major reset war in 70 AD, aka 1070 AD. 1,000 years have been injected in the timeline. Canaan was a slave, Genesis 9 and 27, and the Canaanites or Canaanites, the Genghis Khananites, took over a large swath of land throughout the 1200s. This coincided with the Mamluk takeover. Mamluk means owned or slave. The fall of Rome is actually 1476. This coincided with the adoption of Christianity and precipitated the dark age that we currently live in. Again, Rome is Edom, the brother of Israel. They are both Shemites, but Edomites are not Israelites. The royal families of Europe come from Edomite women and Yaphethite fathers, particularly Ashkenaz. This hybridization produced the Anglos, or angels, the fallen angels, the Anglo-Saxons, or the Saka, which are the Scythians, or the Japhethites. They act as if they're German and even call Germany Ashkenaz. The Sax, or Saxon-Coburg-Gotha family changed their name to Windsor, and that is the royal family of England today. Brits were black, swarthy, like King Charles, and they were taken over by the Anglos. King George III, the last king of America, and Queen Charlotte, his wife, were light-skinned black people. You can see it. The American Revolution, the French Revolution, and the Napoleonic Wars, these are slave uprisings and reset wars. Up into the late 1700s, Benjamin Franklin referred to the French, the Russians, the Italians, the Spaniards, and even the Germans and Swedes as swarthy. From 1775 to 1870, we have worldwide reset wars. The King of England today admits he comes from the Vlad Dracula bloodline, the vampiric bloodline. The world and the dreams have been colonized because parasites live in colonies. These chimeric slave clones were created to be soldiers and laborers. Now the soulless clones have gained enough power to forcibly crossbreed with the Rogam shot, creating heterozygous offspring. Millions were created and enslaved by their black, mulatto, and quadroon masters. The vanity and pride of people like the Moors precipitated these uprisings. Slaves ruled slaves. Life got even worse. There is no honor amongst parasites, and they will consume each other. That is why endless war and sacrifice continues. Genghis Khan said, "I am the punishment of God. If you had not committed great sins, God would not have sent a punishment like me upon you." If only aboriginals could get along like Esau and Jacob in Genesis 33 when they reconcile, parasites could never penetrate, and order would be restored. Even slaves could live a decent life. When those who are designed to lead don't lead, everybody suffers. When slaves lead, we all live like slaves. When soulless clones lead, they are in perfect position for parasites and fallen angels to inhabit them. Nobody is immune to vanity and pride, but grafts are even more susceptible to it. This is how the world is raped and the parasite spreads. At least 1 billion people are infected by the parasite that Genghis Khan had today. Humanity and mankind are not man. Know the difference.